Ashe, blessings to you, my energetic beings, and welcome back to this week's Mystic Messages on this Mystic Monday. Once again, I am your host, Tonya D, and today we're diving into the cosmic energies of this week. Whether you're here for spiritual guidance, astrological insight, or just to tap into the magic of the moon, you've come to the right place. So as we get closer to August, the Venetian journey is on the horizon. A transformation of a transformative workshop is kind of what I'm going with here as I scroll on down the countdown line. Venetian workshop. Yeah, right there. There we have her. The Venus, love, beauty, and desire. This is where we're going to unlock the power of Venus to obviously manifest love, beauty, and abundance in our day-to-day world, in our lives. Because Venus is about creativity, relationships, really aligning with our heart's deepest authentic desires. So stay tuned for more details as we move forward. But for now, let's focus on the current cosmic energies that are shaping up this week. On a side note, I do offer private sessions where we dive deep into astrology, energetic healing, subtle energies, elementals, and some soulful guidance to really help you align with your true authentic path. Whether you need clarity in your life, work, or even relationships, I'll help you map out the energetic pathways that really support your highest purpose, your gift and purpose. And don't forget, I host a monthly workshop, Coven calls, where we come together to manifest, heal, and grow as a spiritual community in a container. So it's all about really aligning with the cosmos and bridging the gap, bringing your most powerful magic into full bloom, blossoming. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more insights. And if you're feeling called to go deeper, for sure schedule a private session at tonyad.tv. Reflectors guidance this week, as that's the first part of the show. We kicked off the week yesterday, Sunday Fun Day, with the moon in Virgo. Sacred service meets soulful sensitivity. So if your natal moon is in Virgo during Cancer season, this is for you. When you have a Virgo moon, I'm thinking of one of my sisters, she's got a Virgo moon, your emotional world thrives on order, clarity, and more importantly, meaningful contributions. You feel safest when there's a plan, a process, something purposeful to pour yourself into. Enter the Cancer season, and this is a time that softens the edges and floods the senses and tugs on those heartstrings. It's asking you to feel more, surrender control, and really nourish yourself on a much deeper level. At first, this season may have felt a little messy. All that water, all that emotion, all that feeling energy. But beneath the waves is this profound, possibly prophetic healing opportunity, especially for Virgo moons, to let your caring nature flow inward, not just outward. So this moon may feel a strong desire to be of service to those you love, but also a reminder that you need nurturing just as much as anybody else. So there could be this heightened sensitivity to routines, health, and really body awareness, potentially to, you may overanalyze your emotions, especially when you're not neatly labeling emotions. There's a call to slow down and feel without fixing. So you may feel the urge to clean, organize, help, assist. But Cancer season reminds you that tending to your own sacred soil is not selfish. It's survival, and survival needs to be thriving. So for you to work with this energy, I would suggest creating a self-care ritual that really feels useful. Your Virgo moon loves practicality. So blending herbs, prepping nourishing meals, creating a daily care kind of checklist, not to be productive, but to be more present. And journal to translate your feelings into clarity, into clear waters. Cancer energy can oftentimes, for you, feel like a flood. And Virgo brings discernment, discerning energies. So let writing be your bridge and volunteer or offer kindness to somebody in need. but only after you've already checked in on your own energetic reserves. Give from the overflow, not the depletion, and practice body gratitude. Virgo rules health and also the body, and Cancer rules the emotional body, the empathetic body. So, blending both by speaking, invoking affirmations of love to your cells, skin, soul, spirit, like all of you, staring into the mirror, literally staring into the mirror of your soul, right? And an affirmation for Virgo moons during Cancer season, if you tuned in on Friday's show. But this is for you. My care is sacred. My presence is healing. I soften the edges of control and tend to my soul with grace. So I really like that for you. And then, of course, the moon enters Libra late Tuesday evening. Oh, went the wrong way there. Libra, where are you? There you are. Libra, sticks and stones, right? This is about emotional grace and sacred reciprocity. So if your natal moon is in Libra during the Cancer season, the moon season, if your moon is in Libra, you're innately attuned to connection, aesthetics. I find a lot of people that have a lot of Libra energy are into beauty, wellness, estheticians. There's this emotional equilibrium. So you feel most comfortable when your inner and outer worlds are in harmony, in the harmonics, when there's beauty in your relationships, and when emotions exchange, having the emotional exchanges, they feel reciprocal. They're balanced, they're fair, they're in receivership, basically. So during Cancer season, the cosmos gets a little messier and deeper. So feelings intensify, boundaries blur, and emotions may flow faster than logic, than air. So this could leave your balanced Libra moon feeling like it's on a boat in choppy seas, untraveled waters. But here's the gift. Cancer season teaches your Libra moon how to feel more deeply without fearing the dissonance and the resonance. So you're invited to allow emotions to move through you, and instead of trying to maintain this constant internal peace treaty, if you will, the inner peace treaty. So you may feel a strong desire for emotional closeness, intimacy, but also a need for space to really process it all. There could be heightened awareness of emotional imbalances, especially in relationships. So this could lead to breakthroughs or boundary work, energetic work, either way. There could be a deep appreciation for art, music, pleasures, anything that soothes the soul through beauty, aesthetics. There could be a subtle energy inner tension between wanting to keep things smooth versus letting the emotional truth rise. So this is a season of learning that real peace isn't always quiet. Sometimes it's a courageous honesty, kind of vulnerability kind of sharing, really holding space for others, but more importantly, doing so for yourself, your inner world, your inner peace treaty. So really working with this energy by creating beauty as a ritual for you, by lighting a candle, arranging flowers, write love notes to yourself or even others. Beauty is healing for your moon, aesthetically and pleasing, and really reflect on your relationship dynamics. So use this emotional time to explore. Are your relationships nourishing you? Where do you overgive and avoid conflict? So really practicing those kinds of energies as well. Oftentimes you are the overgiver. You do that to avoid the conflict because it disrupts your inner peace. But also practice mirror work. I think we all should actually, but practicing mirror work with the heart, with your heart center, a gravitational pull. How do you do this? It's simple actually. You just stand before a mirror, put your left hand on your heart, probably both hands on your heart, kind of in prayer pose or death pose, whatever you want to call it. That's kind of what it looks like. But either way, say aloud or invoke, I see you. I love you. I will not abandon you. Abandonment issues. And also restoring balance through your breath work. You could do that while you're staring into the mirror, breath and air, right? Libra. So really using breath work or maybe any kind of gentle movement, a practice to really recenter and ground yourself when your emotions feel more overwhelming or they get overwhelming. Your air moon thrives on rhythm and flow. So I really like this for you. And if you have a natal moon in Libra during Cancer season, this affirmation is for you. My emotions are sacred. I honor the truth within myself and others. I create beauty through balance, and I offer love through presence. So it's about being present with your own love. You could even invoke that in the mirror as well. And then Friday, fantastic Friday, and the 4th of July, no less. Can you say fireworks? Either way, let's dive into the deep and sacred end with the sacred intensity of the natal Scorpio moon during Cancer season. I kind of went with like this water flow with the signs. I don't know if you've noticed that, but this water plus water combo doesn't tiptoe around feelings. It cannonballs straight into the soul. This is like soul prime directive work. If your natal moon is in Scorpio during Cancer season, it really is this sacred depth of emotional alchemy. That's what's coming towards you. It's creating a trine, a water trine, basically. So when you have a Scorpio moon, emotions aren't just feelings, they're initiations. I know because I have one. You're naturally attuned to what's hidden beneath the surface. You're drawn to the unseen threads between people, and you experience life with this raw, instinctual depth. But now we've entered Cancer season where the waters get even more sensitive, nostalgic, heart-centered, or even emotionally heart-centered. This is where the vibe softens, but it amplifies, emotions swell, and desire to nurture, protect, that's running high. It's like hitting the high tides. So this could feel cathartic or chaotic, depending on how well you're honoring your inner tides. So this season isn't just for feeling, it's for transmuting, transfiguration. Cancer season turns our inner cauldron into a sacred space for emotional rebirthing, the rising of the phoenix. So intuition is supercharged. Dreams, gut instincts, emotional signals or sigils, they're loud. They're very accurate, I find. Old wounds or memories, those may resurface, bubbling up, not to haunt us, but more to heal us. There could be a strong pull towards privacy, protection. You may crave alone time to process, purge, even perform a ritual. If you know, you know. There could be a force, a fierce force of emotional loyalty that shows up. You may feel extra protective of your people or even your space. So Scorpio moons do not do shallow. We are not shallow. We are not even hollow, to be honest. And in Cancer season, the cosmos says good and gooder. So let's go deep and come out renewed. And if you have a natal moon in Scorpio, how can you work with this energy? By creating that emotional alchemy. What? What is that? Write down something you're ready to release. Could be an outdated story, a toxic tie, internal shame, and burn it safely. Bury the ashes in the earth or release them into water with gratitude, an attitude of gratitude. And of course, shadow work, any kind of shadow work in journaling. Ask, what am I afraid to feel? What am I clinging to emotionally? And what if I let it go? And water, sacred water soaking, whether it's taking a bath, swimming in a pool, getting in the shower, climbing in a river, with the intention of emotional purification, basically reconciliation. You could add herbs like rosemary or mugwort, to name a few, and really imagine emotional residue washing away. Again, emotional residue washing away. You could do an energetic scrub visually even, but also holding space. Hold space for a safe crying moment, a screaming moment, and really allow and let that intensity out, even if it feels rageful. Not too much, right? You are powerful. We always do this to ourselves sometimes. So let your body and your voice move it through. So holding space for a safe cry and a scream, literally. And if you have a natal moon in Scorpio, this affirmation is for you during the season of Cancer. I trust the tides of transformation within me. That's literally holding space and boundaries, faith, basically. You've got another worldly purpose, basically. It's the shaman's portal. Just saying. My emotions are sacred portals to power and open up those portals. I am safe, I am sovereign, and I am whole. So I really like this for us. The wholeness, right? Knowing we are whole. I would affirm it. I would command it. I would even petition it, feeling it. And it's just like, so it is. So the moon's going to continue in Scorpio throughout Sunday evening and then flow into Sagittarius, where fire meets feeling and the soul wants to roam. So during Cancer season, we're going to have a mini break here. Then into the elementals of the week. Be sure to join me live on Fridays, where I do add the hour of the show. It's been pretty magical and possibly a bit longer, but either way, it's super fun. I'll be back in a moment for the elementals. Are you ready to tap into the cosmic currents and amplify your manifesting power? Join our monthly Coven, a sacred space to elevate your desires through the wisdom of the stars. We've journeyed through the age of AI, balancing intuition and technology. We've unlocked the magnetic pole of your natal moon sign. And now, delve into mind plus emotions for manifesting mastery, harnessing the power of your natal Mercury. Each month brings a new celestial focus, a new pathway to your dreams. Visit TonyaD.tv workshops to learn more and join the monthly Coven. Your manifesting journey awaits. Inshallah, we are back. But before we dive into today's conversation around the 4 pillars, the energy of the elementals, I do want to remind you that I offer monthly workshops, Coven calls, where we do explore deeper spiritual practices, manifestation techniques, rituals, along with cosmic alignment, our own divine alignment. These workshops are really designed to guide you through specific astrological, energetic manifestation themes and a lot more, really helping you to connect with your soul's gift and purpose, elevating your spiritual practice, being in alignment with Gus. Gus is God, Universe, Source. Gus, the Gus protocol. Whether we're unlocking the energy of the Venetian journey, aligning with the moon's cycles and seasons, or diving into astrology, subtle energy healings. These workshops are a very powerful way to deepen your connection with the universe along with your personal path. So join me these transformative workshops where we really come together as a community. We learn, we heal, and we grow together. So you could become part of the soul tribe and really gain access to exclusive content that really supports your spiritual journey wherever you're at the moment. So the 4 pillars, I do bring these in, by the way, for different reasons, but the 4 pillars energy for the week. This is actually the chart for the 4th of July, because I'm going to be off on holiday this Friday, with it being a holiday, so I thought I would miss my live show. But let's stir up the cauldron for Friday, July 4th. This is a day wrapped in celebration. However, it's also packed with complex celestial undercurrents, the undercurrenting, reflecting the Yang Wood Dog Day in a Yang Water Horse Month in a Yin Wood Snake year. Now, the horse and the dog are actually part of a fire trine, and Yang Wood, which is actually in relation to the tiger, is also part of the fire trine. So fire is vibrant. It's an energetically charged, deep, and aligned with the mystical kind of reverb. So a Yang Wood Dog of a Day. Think of a sturdy tree growing out of ancient earth, ancient wisdom, loyal, just, unyielding. It's a mountain, right? And Yang Wood, as a day master, carries the themes of integrity, truth-telling, protective leadership, defending what matters. It's a sense of righteousness, independence, with a dash of internal stubbornness. This is all coming from the energy of the dog, which is rooting the Yang Wood. And all the day masters, of every one of them, Yang Wood needs every element for balance. It needs metal for pruning, water for nourishing, the sun for growing, blooming, and the soil, of course. All the elementals need to be there, and friends, right? So this is a day of soul guardianship. Your inner compass will be loud and clear for this 4th of July, especially around loyalty, boundaries, purpose. So it's like, what heel are you willing to stand on? And is it still worth it? So it's like shifting that perspective. In a Yang water horse month, so emotions are on full blast. This combo of the wild Yang water and the passionate horse, the fire, makes this entire month feel like we're riding a tsunami of feelings with freedom or burnout happening around every corner. It's very kind of whimsical, intuitive, and psychic, kind of a blend between the two. So combined with the dog day, we may feel pulled between needing freedom versus staying loyal and rushing forward instead of grounding our truth. So what's my advice? Let the water move, but stay rooted like the wood dog. Only chase what aligns, spiritually aligns. In a wood snake year, so this is the backdrop. It's the humming, it's the oming of the entire 2025 year. There's this slow shedding, sacred transformation, hidden truths that are rising to the surface. And we're midstream, right? We're in the midstream of it. But on this fiery day of patriotism, performance, it's the 4th of July energy, the snake is saying, don't trust, celebrate it, reflect it. So it's more than a celebration. So you want to ask yourself, what parts of you still wear somebody else's definition of freedom? And kind of sit with that. Like, what parts of you are still wearing somebody else's definition of freedom? What, any kind of freedom, financial freedom, freedom in love, all the things. So this is the inner revolution. It's the kind that you won't see on fireworks or flags kind of thing, but in who you choose to become authentically, especially as we're on the cusp of Uranus moving into Gemini. So I think there's going to be the heightenedness of it, like the Yang would day master, plus the moons in Scorpio. But our day master, the Yang wood day master, it's the mighty tree. And this is happening on the July 4th. So this is like the core energy of our day, or a person born on this day. Yang wood, again, symbolizes a large, strong tree associated with growth, ambition, uprightness, and independence. It's a pioneering spirit. So there's a strong sense of integrity. And people with Yang wood individuals, they're often seen as leaders, protectors, innovators, someone who stands firm. They seek to grow. They reach upwards. They do provide shelter and also stability. So as we break down each pillar, the day pillar, the wood dog, because that's our day, in the heavenly stem, the Yang wood of our day, and that represents us. It's the core energy of the day, or you, if you have a Yang wood day master, which I happen to have. That's my day master, not the dog. I'm very tiger-like. So as the day master, this is a central element for our day. And Yang wood is like a growing, towering tree. It stands tall, it's honest, it's direct. It's truly seeking growth and expansion. And it has a very strong sense of purpose and resilience. There's this leadership and integrity and honesty and directness, of course, ambition, but it's got this protective nature. It reminds me kind of the tree of life. Yang wood reminds me of the tree of life. So our day's energy will feel purposeful, driven by principles, principalities. So you may have a desire to stand firm in your beliefs and in everything and lead and grow. There's those kinds of energies. And the earthly branch, the dog, which is Yang earth, we've got Yang earth in the snake as well. So there's this fire energy happening there as well, I want to say, bringing out the dog and the snake. But in relationship to our day master, the dog, the Yang earth, is our wealth star. Wood controls earth. So it's the energy of the dog. It's loyal, protective, honest. It has a very strong sense of justice, inner morals. It's also associated with diligence. sometimes a practical kind of grounded nature. So as young Earth, it brings the stability and the reliability. So this suggests elementally that our day's focus might involve wealth, resources, or tangible results. So there's this strong underlying sense of loyalty and protection, a desire to do what is right. So it can also indicate practical considerations, maybe a need for security. So all in all, to kind of summarize that, the Yang Wood Dog Day brings this energy of uprightness, integrity, a grounded pursuit of security and values. There's a strong drive to really stand firm and protect what's important, often with practical goals in mind. And our month pillar, the Yang Water Horse, the heavenly stem being Yang Water in relationship to our day master, because that's how this plays out. Yang Water generates Yang Wood. Water nourishes wood. So this makes Yang Water our resource star. It's a resource for Yang Wood Day. So Yang Water, again, is like a vast ocean, a powerful river, a torrential downpour, but it's intelligent, it's adaptable, it moves freely, it's deep, it's capable of this immense influence or guidance. Being a resource star, it represents knowledge, wisdom, intuition, support, learning. So this month brings a very powerful flow of knowledge, adaptability, intellectual support to our day. So this is a time or a day where learning, strategizing, tapping into deep intuition can provide immense resources for growth. So there's an expansive kind of influential quality to the general environment of our day. And then the earthly branch, the Yang Fire, the horse, in relationship to our day master, Yang Wood. The horse being Yin Fire, that's our output star. So wood generates fire. And the horse is powerful. There's this powerful dynamic in this fiery animal, known for energy, speed, being sociable, charisma. It reminds me of the Kentucky Derby in horses, the fire coming out of the gates. There's a love for freedom, but also recognition. It's very expressive. I think this whole month has been. It's been high energy, passionate, expressive kind of atmosphere already. But there's a drive for action, performance, and also being seen. So it adds this dynamic, this overly enthusiastic energy of excitement for the entire month, but also this day. So the Yang Water Horse month, it combines this deep wisdom and the adaptability, the Yang Water being in the flow, with high energy, expressive passion, the Yin Fire Horse. So it's a month where intellectual pursuits, strategic thinking, they're very active. They lead this dynamic expression, but also activity. And then let's bring in the year pillar. Talked about this pretty much lately. I should have done it from the beginning of the year, but either way, the Yin Wood Snake year. Yin Wood in the heavenly stem and the pillar. In relationship to our day master, these are like elements. So Yin Wood is the same element as our day, wood, nature, but it's yin. Yin is smaller, it's more flexible. It's considered an enemy. It goes against Yang Wood, but it's also a metal. Sibling rivalry, possibly. These are people that kind of go against us or there's an imbalance. Either way, Yin Wood is flexible, it's adaptable, it's cooperative. It does represent like deep-rooted growth. So it's like the vine or the grass, the meadow. The more you prune it, the more it grows. So this suggests that the broader yearly context brings this sense of collaboration and adaptability, the subtle kind of persistent growth that's happening for us. So this backdrop energy that's happening all year long of resilience and interconnectedness, the earthly branch, the snake, fire again in relation to our day master. The snake, Yang Fire, is our output star, just like the horse. Wood generates fire, and it's all about sequential balance energetically. So the snake is very intuitive, wise, charming. I think mysterious. I always think of Mowgli in the Jungle Book and the snake. It's associated, of course, snakes with transformation, hidden depths, intensity. So this year's backdrop has the strong undertone of transformation, intuitive insights with intense expression. So there's a focus on internal shifting happening for us, bringing things to light in a very profound way. So the Yinwood Snake year provides the backdrop of flexible growth, intuitive wisdom. It's like listening to our intuitive gifts. We all have them. It's just how they play out differently for each and every one of us. Elementally by design, I do find, just saying. And the transformative potential. So it's a year where subtle but powerful changes are happening. Adaptability is key. So our day has this fascinating blend of energies. Strong wood energy, our day master, yang wood, supported by yin wood in the year, giving a strong sense of purpose and growth and integrity. And the abundant fire, which is expression, passion. Both the month and the year branches have strong fire, the horse and the snake. So this creates a highly expressive, energetic, and potentially dramatic atmosphere. There's likely a strong urge to really communicate, perform, to be recognized. Fire is the output performance star to our Yangwood day. So it's this intelligent, influential frequency as well, because the resources with the Yang water happening in the month pillar, providing a vast ocean of wisdom. Again, adaptability, going with the flow, which gives us a powerful resource to really draw upon. So this water also helps us control some of this excessive fire that's happening. It's actually good for us, to be honest. We don't want fire to rage out of control. It's keeping things from getting too out of control, actually, emotionally or energetically. And the Yang Earth dog is grounding wealth and loyalty. So in the day pillar, this is providing a sense of stability, practicality, a focus on honest efforts to really build security and achieve those tangible results, manifesting them. So all in all, in a way, July 4th appears to be a day for assertive but principled kind of action expression. And our core energy is one of those strong growth and integrity supported by the vast wisdom. So our day, all in all, it's highly expressive. It's very energetic with this underlying drive for practical results, loyalty to values. It's a day where we might feel called to lead, to be the leader, expressing yourself powerfully, working towards tangible goals. So as an elemental breakdown, how these play out, because they're all little characters in the map of the design, knowing that our central energy of our day is the Yang Wood, the day master. So again, imagine a large upright tree, the tree of life, strong, ambitious, principled, striving for growth, reaching for the top and rooting down. This is you. This is the you of the day's energy. So looking at how the 5 elements are represented and how they interact with our Yang Wood day master. Again, of all the day masters, Yang Wood needs all the elements for balance. And we do have Yang metal. One's in storage, one's hidden in the dog. But wood represents ourselves and our allies. In this case, it's Yang Wood, our day master. That represents our core drive for growth, leadership, integrity. Yin Wood in the year stem represents friends, peers, adaptability, support, also enemies, just saying sibling rivalry. But knowing that we are well rooted in our own principles, Yang Wood, we have a great foundation of adaptable support coming from others, Yin Wood. So there's the conversation and the connection. So our day master, our day in general, is highlighting the inherent strength and the ability to collaborate, conversation, or influence. Fire is our output star. It's our expression. It's also performance. It's how we perform. In this case, a Yang Wood performs. Our month is how we perform. Yin fire in the year branch, the snake also, or the Yang fire. In the month as well, the horse is the yin fire. So fire is what wood produces. Wood generates fire. So this is our output star. It represents our expression, communication, creativity, performance. You get the idea. So with both yin and yang fire strongly present, this day is highly expressive, passionate, and energetic. It's great for getting your message out, inspiriting others, being seen. Earth. The earth is our wealth, or what our results from what we do, like what happens when we perform something, the result of doing the thing. And yang earth in the day branch, the dog, but also in the year. Earth is what wood controls. Wood controls earth. So this is our wealth star. It represents resources, finances, tangible results, manifesting, our ability to control situations. So the dog brings loyalty, practicality. So what does this suggest? There's a focus on achieving practical, physical outcomes, valuing or around security, valuing the security, integrity in finances or resources are going to be really mattering. And metal, hidden there, it's our authority, it's our discipline. It's kind of our leadership role. It's ruled by Venus. It's absent, kind of, but not really. It's hidden and in storage in the dog and the snake. So it's there. I'm not going to say it's hidden, but it is there. And I think it's fascinating. The snake is part of the birth of metal, and the dog is part of the metal direction, which is the west, which I'm pointing this way because this is backwards. I guess I could mirror myself. But either way, metal from these three pillars, there kind of is no direct element of metal, but there is still some there. The hour would kind of assist us, but we are omitting that. Metal controls wood. It prunes. It's the pruner, yin metal especially. So the dog is pruning our day into something magical, I want to say. So this representing the authority star, discipline, challenges, rules, leadership, self-control. It's absent or it's weak here. It's kind of weak is what I'll say, but it's hidden. It's in storage. It will get released as time goes by with the hour, by the way. Different elements release other elements. So I like that. So on this day, the 4th of July, there might be less external pressure, fewer rigid rules. Who likes rules, right? There are no rules, to be honest. But either way, there could be less focus on structured discipline. This could mean more freedom, but potentially less natural resistance to really help us sharpen our edge if necessary or needed. And water being a resource or support for our days coming towards us, and it's yang water, so it's big water, and the yang earth can handle it. So can the yin earth in the horse. It's hidden as well in the month stem. So water generates wood. Water nourishes wood. That's what's happening here. And being our resource star, this represents the knowledge, the wisdom, intuition, but also support. And yang water being vast, a flowing river. It's ample. It's providing us ample intellectual, intuitive kind of nourishing. I'm going to go with our soul and our spirit, kind of a combo blend is kind of what I'm sensing here. So this is a very strong, beneficial element for our day master, the core energy of our day. So we've got this overall reflective energy on the 4th of July. So this day carries this dynamic kind of significant energy, particularly for a young wood day master. There's this powerful expression and passion, a combination of wood and abundant fire. That means it's a day when our convictions, wood, can be expressed with immense passion and charisma, fire. So this is an excellent day for any type of communication, performance, or leadership. We've got the abundant flow and the wisdom coming towards us, coming from the prominent yang water. This is providing a deep well of that intuition, wisdom, adaptability. Yeah, definitely. I'm musing in my cowrie shells. But this allows our energy to flow smoothly, just ensuring there's this powerful expression. But it's also well-informed and very insightful. So we've got this grounded results and integrity that's coming from the earth dog, the yang earth, which is anchoring the energy of our day, bringing a focus on practical achievements and actually ethical conduct. So we're driven not just by passion, but also by a desire for the tangible, honest results. So as a yang wood day master, this day emphasizes the independence and the growth. It's our ability to stand tall, grow, lead. It's supported by the strong internal resources, the fluidity of water. So thinking about this energy, just embrace the spark. The strong fire suggests a day to be vibrant, enthusiastic, highly expressive, and tap into wisdom. The yang water means intuitive insights, deep knowledge. They're readily available. So stand for your own principles, principalities. And knowing that a yang wood dog is emphasizing the integrity and the grounded values, like what are you standing firm on? Focus on impact. The earth element reminds us that our words and actions can lead to tangible outcomes. So this really looks like a very powerful, inspiring, inspiriting day, right? For strong communication, grounded leadership, and really an impactful celebration of freedom and ideals. So speak what's true, stand where it matters, and really let your roots deepen while the rest of the world runs wild, runs amok. So Friday's 4th of July fire will burn bright, but your soul, we got to get our soul in the action here, right? So she's playing the long game. If you're feeling the call of destiny to really peek into your personal elemental design, for sure schedule a divination. Hour-long sessions are preferred so we can really dive deep into your elemental choreography and put it to massive use here. So with a short break, we're going to continue with the Deviant Moon Tarot and the Mystic Message for the week. So that was a lot about the Friday, the 4th of July. What is your unique intuitive gift and psychic ability? Are you somebody who often gets a gut feeling about people or situations? Have you experienced deja vu? Do you easily pick up on the emotions of others around you? Or dream so vividly that those dreams become reality? Feel that your dreams have meaning? Feeling a connection to the natural world, the world of nature? Drawn to numbers, symbols, or sigils? Sensitive to your surroundings and are very aware of changes in your environment? Believe in a higher power, a spiritual dimension? This quiz is going to assist you to activate your unique intuitive gift and psychic ability, how to take action upon it, creating a career that authentically aligns and resonates with your intuitive gift and psychic abilities. So let's dive into it. Inshallah, I am back, and as we welcome in the season of Cancer, full spring, it's a full bubbling, nurturing spring, if you will. That's kind of what Cancer is, the bubbling spring of water. Using the Deviant Moon Tarot as our mystic message mirror, let's dive into this week's mystic currents. The Moon's Day message for today, June 30th. And we've got the Two of Swords. The yin and the yang. I'm loving this. The Two of Swords. I'm going to place that just right there. This is the pause between storms. The mystical, magical pause. It's the power in stillness. So the Two of Swords glides in with its haunting balance. The yin and the yang. The two blades, right? One blindfolded and a sea of silent emotion. The energy. So it's a message or a card of decision, but not action, of holding steady in the eye of emotional complexity. This Moon's Day, we're kind of being asked, what truth are you afraid to fully feel? Feelings have, feelings matter. If anything, they matter a lot. Or even, is your silence a form of wisdom or avoidance? I love my silent reverie. But then I ask myself, am I avoiding something? What if your decision or indecision is actually sacred timing, the indecision of the decision? So let Cancer's intuitive waters guide your sword-bearing heart on this Monday Moon's Day. This is not about rushing clarity. It's about letting the tides of emotional revelations or revealing what logic cannot. Emotions can reveal things. I'm going to be adding rituals for this week's messages into the subscribers hub, the Coven call center, if you will. And then on Terrific Tuesday, Mars Day, we've got the Eight of Swords. She's kind of fun and sexy, falling out the window, checking out the moon. Like that as well. Deviant Tarot deck. I think I'm going to like push this down, put this here, so I can pull these later. I had a little issues last week, but either way, the Eight of Swords. This is arriving like a ghost, kind of whispering, maybe haunting. Like, what if your cage isn't even locked? Like we lock ourselves in a cage. So let's dive into it. The Deviant Moon style divinations here. The Eight of Swords, mental binds, invisible cages, and the illusion of no way out. Tuesday's message hums with restriction, but not from the outside world. This is the kind of entrapment that lives in the mind, forged by fear, shame, old stories that are still echoing like ghosts in the outfield, in a locked tower, if you will. So Mars Day, Tuesday, that invites action, but the Eight of Swords is saying or conversing, before you move, unravel the cords. Unravel the cords you've wrapped around yourself. So a question to reflect on Tuesday, like, where are we telling ourselves, I can't, when it's really, I'm afraid? It's the frequency. And what thought loops keep us imprisoned? You know, the mind is a tool. Like, whose voice are we mistaking for our own? So kind of tune into that and listen. And then on Wizardry Wednesday, Mercury's Day, we've got the Hanged Man. Did I do that? Yeah, the Hanged Man. So this is kind of arriving in this kind of cloaked paradox, poetry kind of thing. And what better guide than the Hanged Man to hang out with Mercury and the season of Cancer ruled by the moon. So Wizardy Wednesday, the Hanged Man. This is like sacrifice, suspension, and sacred surrender all combined in one. So this message floating, and I did put it upside down. That's hilarious. It's the wisdom, upside down wisdom. There I go. I thought that was sideways. That's hilarious. So it doesn't rush and it doesn't push. So it's asking us to pause. Obviously, I need to pause and hang in the unknown long enough, like being in the unknown waters. Hang out there long enough for something real to be revealed. So while Mercury buzzes in the mind and the hangman pulls us into our body, into our breath, into our beingness, into the fertile dark where ideas aren't made, they're actually received, being in receivership. So we'd want to ask ourselves, what am I resisting because I can't control it? Or where in my life do I need to let go in order to rise? Like, what needs to be washed away? And oftentimes, are we hanging in fear or in faith? Faith is a feeling, fear is a false evidence. And then on Tantalizing Thursday, we've got the Page of Pentacles, which I like that too. And I like the tool, the Page of Pentacles. Tantalizing Thursday, bringing us a grounded blessing wrapped in curiosity, but also possibility. And with Jupiter exalted in Cancer and the Page of Pentacles really stepping forward, Thursday is fertile ground for magic that grows slowly, but also lasts forever. It's like seeds of devotion, embodied learning, earthly alchemy. So the Page of Pentacles isn't here to rush us. It's like the sacred student of the earth. That's the energy here. Sacred student of the earth. Curious, committed, and quietly powerful. Especially under Jupiter's abundant gaze, this page becomes a vessel for blessing. So humble beginnings that hold great potentialities. So we're kind of being asked, what idea, habit, even ritual is really ready to be tended to with care? Performing the ritual, even possibly. Or where are we being called to apprentice ourselves to something sacred, something more magical? You know, what would change if you viewed your body and your time as sacred ground? So this is the slow kind of burn, the steady devotion, the magic of showing up again and again and again for something that you love. So I really like these energies as they're playing out. And then on Fantastic Friday, woohoo! This is a magical, serious ritual, magic, and medicine spell work on Venus Day. This is a Venetian day, the 4th of July. The moon is in Scorpio, I may add. And we've got the 4 of Pentacles on the 4th of July. So this is very powerful energy. We're talking about power, possession, protection, and the sacred art of energetic boundaries. So Fantastic Friday, the 4 of Pentacles, sacred protection, energetic holding, rooted in sovereignty. The 4 of Pentacles, that's the guardian of our resources, material, energetic, emotional. And under the Scorpio moon's kind of psychic stare, this message reminds us that it's okay, even divine, to hold what is ours with fierce clarity. But beware of the shadows, gripping too tightly. That can block the flow. So Friday's asking us to examine the tension between sacred security and fearful control. So some questions to ask yourself. What am I protecting? And is it out of love or fear? It's kind of the two sides of the coin, right? Or where do I need, which we all need, where do I need stronger boundaries around my energy or my resources? Just thinking and musing about the elementals for this in our show today. And what emotional wealth, the dog, because we're going to have a dog day, young wood dog of a day. What emotional wealth have we been hoarding instead of circulating? Where can we share? I'm going to be posting some mini rituals for the week in the online Coven and the subscribers hug for these messages. But let's do kind of a final wrap up of this little velvet ribbon that we've got choreographing here, starting with the kickoff of our week, kind of reflecting and resonance. Just I try to tie everything with the lunar tides along with the messages from the deviant moon, the whispering deviant moon. So this week, we walk through the shadow dreamscape of the Deviant Moon Tarot, guided by the tender pull of Cancer season and the psychic tides ending the week with the Scorpio moon. So each message delivered a card, but also a mirror. So revisiting what's revealed Monday, the Two of Swords, this is the sacred pause. We opened with indecision, which is an incision, and a gentle reminder that waiting is wisdom when the heart is unsure. So it's that pause point, zone of neutrality. And the moon is whispering that we don't need to rush our truth or our visibility for that matter. And then Tuesday, we have the Eight of Swords, the mental cage. So we face these invisible binds of fear and those outdated beliefs, the illusion or reality. So this is when we remember that we do hold the key, even if our eyes are closed. And then on Wednesday, we've got the Hanged Man hanging in the ethers, the Hanged Man, sacred suspension. So Mercury invited us to flip our script. So we are leaning into the alchemy of surrender, where insight blooms only in stillness and soft trust. And then Thursday, we have the page, I almost said the page of practicalities, but the page of Pentacles. I'm off to practicalities apparently. But the page of Pentacles, this is like devotion to the earthly path. So Jupiter exalts our growth with a grounded gift. So this is a reminder that really magic lives in our daily devotion. And the page invites us to honor slow miracles and the miraculous. And then on Friday, July 4th, the Four of Pentacles comes in, arrives. I feel like this is just coming together. It's a sacred holding kind of energy. So Venus aligns with the Scorpio gaze, is asking us, what are we clinging to that could be transformed by trust? So this card kind of closed the week with this protective pulse, a call to secure what's sacred, but not out of fear. So this week, the themes are emotional intelligence, energetic boundaries, choosing trust over fear. So we've been asked to pause, feel, shift, ground. This week is reminding us that not all power looks like movement. Sometimes it looks like stillness, boundaries, devotion. So as a closing blessing and an affirmation, of course, I always like to finish with an affirmation of the week. Let me pull that up. Oh, let me switch myself out. What am I doing? Good thing you guys love me because I'm hilarious. There I am. I kept this simple. 4th of July. My feelings ignite the spark of my desires. So yeah, go with what you feel. Ignite your inner fires and those desires. So I really love these messages for this week. With that, I'll see you on the other side. And next Monday, there will be no show on Friday. Be sure to check out the online Coven. I'll have some rituals in there for you. And with that, ashe and blessings as always. I'll see you on the other side, or maybe in the Coven. Just saying.